Did you know that some of reggae's legendary artists are still alive and with us today? From 84-year-old Ken Boothe, whose soulful voice brought us hits like Everything I Own, to 76-year-old Marcia Griffiths, the queen of reggae known for Electric Boogie. Here are 15 old reggae legends who are still alive and with us. Michael Rose, 67 years. Michael Rose has been a force in reggae music for decades. Born and raised in Jamaica, he started out singing in the talent shows and performing at hotels as a teenager. At just 15 years old, he recorded his first song, Woman a Genielle Fay True, with producer Newton Simmons. But that was only the beginning of his journey. In 1977, his path took a major turn when drummer Sly Dunbar introduced him to Derrick "Ducky" Simpson, the leader of Black Uhuru. At the time, the group was going through big changes, and they needed a new lead singer. Rose stepped in, bringing fresh energy and powerful songwriting. Along with singer Puma Jones, they created a new sound for Black Uhuru, releasing a string of successful albums. Their 1981 album, Red, became a reggae classic, and in 1983, they dropped Anthem, the first ever reggae album to win a Grammy in 1985. Even after leaving Black Uhuru, Rose never stopped making music. Over the years, he released hit after hit. In 2024, he teamed up with Kingmaker Music and veteran producer William Mosley to explore new sounds, mixing reggae with Afrobeat, soundtracks, and other fusion styles. That same year, he earned his third Grammy nomination for his work with the Wailers on their album Evolution, which was up for Reggae Album of the Year at the 67th Grammy Awards. In 2025, Rose and Mosley released We Must Pray, a heartfelt song dedicated to those affected by the devastating Los Angeles fires. The song helped raise money, with every stream contributing to the Los Angeles Fire Department's relief efforts. Freddy McGregor, 68 years. Freddy McGregor has been a legend in reggae music for most of his life. Born on June 27, 1956 in Jamaica, he started his music career when he was just 7 years old. By 1963, he had joined forces with Ernest Wilson and Peter Austin to form the Clarendonians, a group that recorded under the famous Studio One label. His big breakthrough came in the early 1980s with the song Bobby Babylon, which made him a household name. Soon after, he followed up with hits like Big Ship, Push Comes to Shove, and Just Don't Wanna Be Lonely, which became a top 10 hit in the UK. Over the years, McGregor worked with top reggae producers like Junjo Laws, Linval Thompson, and Gussie Clarke. He also played drums on tracks for artists like Sugar Minott and Judy Mowat. McGregor spent years touring the world, bringing reggae music to fans everywhere. In 1983, he secured a deal with RAS Records in the US and released the album Come On Over. That same year, he started his own record label, Big Ship, helping to produce and promote artists like Papa San, Lieutenant Stitchie, Tiger, Luciano, and Mikey Spice. In the 2000s, McGregor kept his career strong, with albums like Signature and Anything for You, earning a Grammy nomination. However, in a 2011 interview, he voiced his frustration that veteran artists like himself were struggling to get their new songs played on Jamaican radio, worrying that their music might be forgotten. In 2013, he was honored with the Marcus Garvey Lifetime Achievement Award from the Institute of Caribbean Studies. His last known album, True to My Roots, was released in 2016. Since then, he has not been really active in the industry. Beres Hammond, 69 years. Beres Hammond has been one of the most beloved voices in reggae music for decades. Born on August 28, 1955, in Jamaica, he became famous for his smooth, soulful sound, especially in the lovers rock style of reggae. His journey started in the early 1970s when he took part in local talent contests. In 1975, he joined the band Zap Pow as the lead singer, and by 1978, they had a hit song called The System under the Aquarius Records label. In 1985, Hammond decided to take control of his own music and launched Harmony House Records. Through this label, he released the album Make a Song, which included two major Jamaican hits, Groovy Little Thing and What One Dance Can Do. These songs had a dancehall influence, showing that Hammond could blend different styles while keeping his signature smooth sound. By 1990, he had signed with Penthouse Records and moved back to Jamaica to record what would become one of his most famous songs, Tempted to Touch. This song became a huge hit in both the US and the UK, paving the way for other classics like Is This a Sign and Respect to You Baby, which appeared on his 1992 album A Love Affair. That same year, he released another powerful single, Fire, which became a favorite among reggae fans. As his popularity grew, major labels took notice. He signed with Elektra Records and went on to release 5 more albums in the 1990s, along with several compilations. In the 2000s, Hammond kept the hits coming. His 2001 album Music is Life featured collaborations with artists like Wyclef Jean, Earl Chinna Smith, and Fluorgon. Songs like They Gonna Talk, Rockaway, and Ain't It Good to Know became fan favorites. His most recent solo album, Never Ending, came out in October 2018. It featured legendary musicians like Errol Holt, Mafia and Fluxy, Dean Fraser, and Robbie Lynn. The album was a huge success, debuting at #1 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. Since then, Hammond has continued to tour across Europe, America, and Canada. On August 20th, 2023, he received a special award from the Jamaican Museum and Cultural Center in Atlanta, Georgia, honoring his dedication and soulful artistry. Don Carlos, 72 years. Don Carlos, born on June 29, 1952, is a Jamaican reggae singer and composer. He started his career in 1973 as a member of Black Uhuru, singing alongside Garth Dennis and the group's leader, Derrick Simpson. Over the years, Carlos developed a smooth and soulful reggae style that set him apart. In 1988, he recorded a reggae version of Jingle Bells with Glenise Spencer for the album A Reggae Christmas on RAS Records, showing his ability to bring a unique twist to classic songs. In 1990, he reunited with Black Uhuru, this time as the lead vocalist for one of their albums. But even as he collaborated with the group, he continued to build his solo career, releasing his own music and performing for reggae fans worldwide. Carlos has especially strong support in Africa, where his music has earned him a devoted fan base. His last known solo album was recorded in 2010, but he remains active, touring and keeping the spirit of reggae alive wherever he goes. Horace Andy, 74 years. Horace Andy, born on February 19, 1951, is a Jamaican roots reggae songwriter and singer. His breakthrough came with the song Skylarking, which first appeared on Clement Dodd's Jamaica Today compilation album. The song became a massive hit in Jamaica's sound system culture, leading to its release as a single. It quickly climbed the charts, making Andy a household name. Over the next few years, he continued to dominate the reggae scene with hits like Something on My Mind, Love of a Woman, Just Say Who, and Every Tongue Shall Tell, all produced by Dodd. Andy's most successful period came in the mid-1970s, when he teamed up with legendary producer Bunny Lee. Together, they created some of reggae's most timeless songs, including a re-recorded version of Skylarking, as well as Just Say Who, Don't Try to Use Me, You Are My Angel, Zion Gate, I've Got to Get Away, and a fresh take on Something on My Mind. While his reggae career was already well established, Andy's fame grew even more in the 1990s when he began working with British trip-hop group Massive Attack. His unique voice added depth to their music, and he appeared on all 5 of their albums. One of his most well-known collaborations with the group was Angel, a reimagined version of his classic song, You Are My Angel, which became a fan favorite. Even after decades in the industry, Andy remains as active as ever. In 2019, he released the album Live It Up, followed by Midnight Rocker in 2022, produced by Adrian Sherwood of On You Sound. When it was released, Midnight Rocker received widespread praise from critics, proving that Andy's voice and talent are still as powerful as ever. Big Youth, 74 years. Big Youth is one of Jamaica's most influential DJs, best known for his groundbreaking work in the 1970s. Before stepping into the music world, he worked as a diesel mechanic at Kingston's Sheraton Hotel. While on the job, he would practice his toasting skills, an early style of reggae rapping. His co-workers gave him the nickname Big Youth, and it stuck with him ever since. Inspired by legendary DJ U-Roy, Big Youth started performing at dance events, quickly gaining attention for his unique style. By 1970, he had become the resident DJ for Lord Tippertone's sound system, where his performances caught the interest of record producers. In 1973, he released his first album, Screaming Target, produced by Gussie Clarke. The album became an instant classic, featuring rhythms from well-known reggae artists like Gregory Isaacs, Leroy Smart, and Lloyd Parks. Around this time, Big Youth made history by dominating the Jamaican singles charts. He had 7 songs on the chart at once, and kept 4 songs in the top 20 for an entire year. Between 1974 and 1975, he continued working with some of reggae's biggest names. He recorded Double Attack with Glenn Brown, I Pray Thee, Dreader Than Dread with the Abyssinians, Bide at Black on Black with Bunny Wailer, and Medicine Doctor with Joe Gibbs. However, as reggae evolved into a more digital sound in the 1980s, Big Youth's style didn't quite fit with the new rhythms. His recordings became less frequent, though he remained a respected figure in the industry. His 1982 performance at Reggae Sunsplash was well received, but his success during the decade was limited. Since then, he has been struggling to it into the industry and is no longer active as before. Errol Dunkley, 74 years. Errol Dunkley is a Jamaican reggae musician born in 1951. He started his recording career in 1965 at age 14, with early tracks like Gypsy, My Queen, and Love Me Forever on the Rio label. Between 1967 and 1968, Dunkley recorded several singles for Joe Gibbs, including Please Stop Your Lying and Love Brother, before moving to Coxsone Dodd Studio One in 1969. In the early 1970s, Dunkley co-founded the African Museum record label with Gregory Isaacs, though Isaacs later took full control, prompting Dunkley to establish his own label, Silver Ring. In 1972, he worked with producer Jimmy Radway, releasing 2 of his most popular singles, Keep the Pressure Down and Black Cinderella. By the late 1970s, Dunkley's popularity surged in the UK reggae scene. In 1979, he achieved a UK singles chart breakthrough with OK Fred, a cover of John Holt's song, which peaked at number 11. He followed up in 1980 with another charting single, Sit Down and Cry. Dunkley remained active in the music industry, re-recording OK Fred in 1996 with Queen's sister N. Though he hasn't had mainstream success in recent years, his contributions to reggae remain influential, and he continues to perform and record music. Marcia Griffiths, 75 years. Marcia Griffiths is a Jamaican reggae singer, best known for her 1989 remix of Electric Boogie, which became the soundtrack for the Electric Slide Dance. It remains the best-selling single of all time by a female reggae artist. Griffiths began her career in 1964 when she was discovered by Philip James of the Blues Busters. After an impressive stage performance with Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, she received recording contract offers from Ronnie Nasrallah and Clement Dodd. She chose Dodd's Studio One label, where she recorded duets with artists like Tony Gregory, Bob Marley, Jeff Dixon, and Bob Andy. In 1968, she gained solo recognition with her hit Feel Like Jumping, written by Bob Andy. In 1982, Griffiths released Electric Boogie, written specifically for her by Bunny Wailer. While the song was a Jamaican chart topper in early 1983, its 1989 remix turned it into a global sensation. The song peaked at number 1, 51 on the US Billboard Hot 100, making it her most commercially successful track. In later years, Griffiths continued to release music, collaborating with producer Donovan Germain. She was featured on Toots and the Maytals Grammy-winning album True Love in 2004. In 2014, celebrating 50 years in music, she announced an album titled Songs That Inspire Me, Songs I Love to Sing, featuring her favorite songs by other artists. In 2018, she signed an exclusive booking deal with New York-based Donsum Records booking agency. Though she hasn't had another hit of the same magnitude, Griffiths remains active in the reggae industry as one of Jamaica's most influential female artists. Junior Byles, 77 years. Junior Byles is a Jamaican roots reggae singer, known for his deeply conscious lyrics and powerful voice. He played a key role in shaping roots reggae music, especially during the 1970s. His big break came when producer Lee Scratch Perry was looking for a new artist to work with after parting ways with Bob Marley. Byles fit the role perfectly, and their partnership led to some of Perry's most respected productions. Their early work included What's the World Coming To, released under the name King Chubby. In 1972, Byles scored his biggest hit yet with a reggae version of Peggy Lee's Fever. Later that year, he released his debut album, Beat Down Babylon, which cemented his status as a major figure in Jamaica's reggae scene. His song, Curly Locks, also became a hit in the United Kingdom, gaining him an international audience. By the mid-1970s, Byles moved away from Perry and began working with other producers. During this time, he released some of his most influential songs, including the 1975 hit Fade Away, produced by Joseph Hu Kim. The song was a massive success in Jamaica and the UK and was later featured in the classic reggae film Rockers. Although he faded from the spotlight, Byles resurfaced occasionally, recording songs like Young Girl and Little Fleego. He also performed live in 1997 and 1998 with legendary guitarist Earl "Chinna" Smith. In the late 2000s and 10s, Byles' health became a concern when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, alongside ongoing mental health struggles. This led to increased awareness and support for his legacy. In 2019, a benefit concert was held in his honor, and in 2020, dancehall artist Bounty Killers Foundation made a large cash donation to support him. Ken Boothe, 77 years. Ken Boothe, born on 22 March 1948, is a Jamaican reggae and rocksteady singer. He gained international recognition for his smooth vocal style and a series of crossover hits. Boothe's journey into music began in 1963 when he auditioned at Duke Reid's studio alongside stranger Cole. The audition was a success, leading the two to form the duo Stranger and Ken. Over the next few years, they released several hits, including World's Fair, Hush, and Artabella, making them one of Jamaica's most popular duos of the time. Boothe's biggest breakthrough came in 1974, when he recorded a reggae version of Everything I Own under the production of Lloyd Charmers. Originally written and performed by David Gates of the band Bread, Boothe's rendition gave the song a fresh, light reggae feel. It quickly became a major hit, reaching #1 on the UK singles chart on October 26, 1974, where it remained for 3 weeks. Following this, Boothe had another UK hit with Crying Over You, which peaked at number 11. However, after Trojan Records collapsed and his partnership with Lloyd Charmers ended, his momentum slowed. In later years, Boothe continued to record with renowned reggae producers such as Bunny Lee, Phil Pratt, King Jammy, and Tapazuki. In 1995, his song The Train Is Coming was re-recorded with Shaggy and featured in the Hollywood film Money Train. In 2001, a 2-disc collection titled Crying Over You was released, featuring his classic Trojan Records recordings. For his contributions to Jamaican music, Boothe was honored with the Order of Distinction by the Jamaican government in 2003. Cornell Campbell, 79 years. Cornell Campbell has one of the most unique voices in reggae music. Born on November 23, 1945, in Jamaica, he became famous for his smooth, falsetto singing style. At just 11 years old, he was introduced to trombonist Rico Rodriguez, who took him to Clement Dodd's studio. There, he recorded his first song, My Treasure, marking the beginning of a long career. As he grew older, Campbell worked with different producers and bands, constantly refining his sound. He sang with the Bell Stars under King Edwards and later joined the Sensations at Duke Reid's Treasure Isle studio, performing alongside Jimmy Riley, Buster Riley, and Aaron Davis. By 1971, Campbell was ready to go solo. He teamed up with producer Bunny Lee and started making lovers rock songs. His first solo album, Cornell Campbell, was released in 1973, but it was in the mid-1970s that he truly became a star. His signature flying hi-hat sound, played by drummer Santa Davis, gave birth to huge Jamaican hits like Natty Dread in a Greenwich Farm, Dance in a Greenwich Farm, and The Gorgon. In the early 1980s, Campbell had another major hit with boxing, recorded for producer Joe Gibbs. Throughout the 1970s, he also worked with producers like Winston Holness, I Heart Is Clean, and Winston Riley, Them a Bad. However, by the late 1970s, his popularity started to decline. He shifted his focus to love songs, and after the mid-1980s, new releases became rare. Even though he is no longer as popular as before, Campbell has remained active. In the past decade, he has released 3 more albums: New Scroll, Nothing Can Stop Us, and Sweet Baby. If you are enjoying this video, appreciate it by giving it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Jimmy Cliff, 80 years. Jimmy Cliff is one of Jamaica's most legendary musicians, known for his work in ska, rocksteady, reggae, and soul. He is not just a singer, but also a multi-instrumentalist and actor. Over the years, his music has touched people all around the world. He is also the only living reggae artist to receive Jamaica's Order of Merit, the country's highest honor for achievements in the arts and sciences. Cliff's music career took off when he was just 17 years old, after his song Hurricane Hattie became a hit. In 1967, Cliff released his first international album, Hard Road to Travel, which received great reviews. One of its songs, Waterfall, became a big hit in Brazil and won an award at the International Song Festival. His success continued with Wonderful World, Beautiful People in 1969 and the powerful protest song Vietnam in 1970. The song was so impactful that even Bob Dylan called it the best protest song he had ever heard. To mainstream audiences, Jimmy Cliff is best known for classic songs like Many Rivers to Cross, You Can Get It If You Really Want, The Harder They Come, Reggae Night, and Hakuna Matata. He also made famous covers of Cat Stevens' Wild World and Johnny Nash's I Can See Clearly Now, which was featured in the movie Cool Runnings. Even after decades in the industry, Jimmy Cliff has never stopped making music. In 2012, he released the album Rebirth, which was highly praised and earned him the Artist of the Year title from the Caribbean Journal. More recently, in August 2022, he released the album Refugees, proving that his passion for music is still as strong as ever. Burning Spear, 80 years. Burning Spear, born on March 1, 1945, is a legendary Jamaican roots reggae singer, songwriter, and musician. He is one of the most influential voices in reggae, known for spreading messages of unity, history, and African consciousness through his music. His career took off in the 1970s, and over the decades, he has remained a powerful force in reggae. In 1999, after the release of Calling Rastafari, Burning Spear's influence expanded further. He toured the world, including a major performance in Cape Town, South Africa in 2000, where he shared the stage with Joseph Hill of Culture. 2 years later, in 2002, he and his wife Sonia Rodney re-established Burning Music Records, allowing him to take full creative control over his work. Sonia has also produced several of his albums. He has won 2 Grammy Awards for Best Reggae Album, first in 2000 for his album, Calling Rastafari, and again in 2009 for Jah Is Real. In total, he has been nominated for 12 Grammy Awards, proving his lasting impact on the genre. Although he announced his retirement in 2016, his love for music never truly faded. In 2022, fans were thrilled when he returned to the stage, performing at the Rototom Sunsplash Festival in Spain and on the Welcome to Jamrock cruise in December. That same year, he played 3 major shows in California, followed by performances in Denver, Colorado, and the UK. His comeback continued in 2023 with a highly praised sold-out show at the Barbie Club in Tel Aviv, Israel on August 14th. Max Romeo, 80 years. Max Romeo, born November 22, 1944, is a Jamaican reggae and roots reggae artist who found success both in Jamaica and the United Kingdom. His music, often carrying deep political and spiritual messages, has made him a respected figure in reggae history. Romeo's journey wasn't easy. He left home at just 14 years old, working on a sugar plantation in Clarendon, before winning a local talent competition at 18. This victory gave him the confidence to move to Kingston, where he pursued a career in music. In 1965, he joined the Emotions, a group that also included Kenneth Knight and Lloyd Shakespeare. While working in sales for the Caltone label, Romeo and his group struggled to impress producers. However, their big break came in 1966 when producer Ken Lack overheard Romeo singing to himself and decided to give them a chance. This led to their first hit, Buy You a Rainbow. By 1968, Romeo had decided to go solo, and that same year, he released Wet Dream, a song that became a massive hit in Jamaica. However, the song stirred controversy in the UK due to its suggestive lyrics, leading BBC Radio to ban it. Romeo insisted that the song was about a leaky roof, but the ban only fueled its popularity. It spent 6 months in the UK charts, reaching the top 10. His most critically acclaimed album, War Ina Babylon, came out in 1976. Produced by Lee Scratch Perry, the album included Chase the Devil, which remains one of his most famous songs. Despite this success, Romeo and Perry later had a falling out. This led Romeo to produce his next album, Reconstruction, on his own, but it didn't achieve the same level of success. Though his later work never reached the same heights, Romeo remained active in the music industry. In 2014, he collaborated with his sons, Ronaldo and Romario, on the album Father and Sons. In 2023, Romeo made headlines again, not for music, but for a $15 million lawsuit against Universal Music Group and Polygram Publishing, Inc. He claimed that he had been denied royalties for over 50 years. Derrick Harriott, 86 years. Derrick Harriott, born on February 6, 1939, is a Jamaican singer and record producer who played a big role in shaping reggae and rocksteady music. His journey in music began in 1958 when he formed a group called the Jiving Juniors with Eugene Dwyer, Herman Sang, and Morris Winter. They got their big break on the Veer John's Opportunity Hour, a famous talent show in Jamaica. Soon after, they released hit songs like Lollipop Girl and Over the River, working with well-known producers Duke Reed and Coxsone Dodd. After some success, Harriott moved to the United States, and the group eventually broke up. But this was just the beginning of his music career. He returned to Jamaica and started working on his own as a solo artist. He also launched his own record label, Crystal Records. His first solo song, I Care, became a hit, followed by more successful tracks like What Can I Do?, The Jerk, and I'm Only Human. By 1967, Harriott was not only a successful singer, but also a talented producer. He released more hit songs like The Loser and Solomon. In the 1980s, Harriott continued making music, this time focusing on soul cover versions. He had hits with songs like Skin to Skin and Checking Out. One of his biggest songs from this period was Starting All Over Again, 1988. A duet with Yellowman that talked about the effects of Hurricane Gilbert. His last major album was Born to Love You, which came out in 1979. Although he is no longer active in the music industry, his contributions to reggae and rocksteady will never be forgotten. In 2009, the Jamaican government honored him with the Order of Distinction for his influence on Jamaican music. In 2019, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Jamaica Reggae Industry Association. Which of these stars would you bring back to their prime if you could? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our next video for more Hollywood stories.